to the patio edition of In Your Backyard. I'm your host, Stephanie Mazzotti. In Your Backyard is a show where reporters dig up the latest news and information. On this week's show, Being Affected, a clothing campaign that allows you to put your money where your heart is. So grab a refreshing drink and relax to this week's patio edition of In Your Backyard. Once again, welcome to the patio edition of In Your Backyard. I'm your host, Stephanie Mazzotti. I'm here in studio with a very good friend, Brady Thrasher. I wanted to bring you in today, Brady, because you have done a lot of important things in your life that hasn't yet been exposed to the City of London. So thanks for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Very busy, but having an amazing time. So let's start. You're the president of a campaign called Affected. And for those of you who may not know, Affected is a clothing line geared towards raising funds and awareness for all registered charitable organizations around the world. So, Brady, can you elaborate on this campaign a little further?
I started something called the Affected campaign. So the concept behind it is that we're all affected by something. There's many negative statistics that help make up society, and I want to, put forth my energy into minimizing or eradicating those negative statistics. And I think that if we develop something like a product that a lot of people can stand behind all together, you can create a big social movement. So I designed these shirts that say Affected across the chest. And when you purchase one of those shirts, you give to any charity in the world. So there's nothing like it. Every shirt is a different story, and we're all affected by something.
So, Brady, it's awesome that you found a way that people can represent themselves and the people they love in the form of style. And I know that with this unique concept, people are able to target organizations and networks that may have never been reached before. So I've been doing some research and found some of the top medical organizations that Affected has supported through their clothing line. And some of these include cancer, MS, autism, Alzheimer's, breast cancer, diabetes, heart and stroke, and MAD. And I think everyone around the world has someone that they know who has been affected by at least one of these illnesses. So exactly who initiated the campaign?
Basically, I was in college and I wanted to start writing some business plans, and I came up with this idea for a product. And I just wrote a business plan. I was by myself with it, and I basically wanted to focus on the viral aspect in marketing, attaching celebrities and artists who are more vocal and who can set a trend really and have, a reach out on pop culture. So I just took that, and I had a lot of relationships with artists already who are in the industry, and I kind of took advantage of that. So I started by myself when I was in college, and now I'm 22 years old.
Now, Brady, I've known you for a while, and you are known to have excellent style and taste in clothing. Are you planning on expanding your line?
Oh, yeah. I'm actually looking into starting different clothing lines as well. But with Affected, I just got to keep it simple right now because I have such a wide range market from toddlers to elders, and I don't want to deteriorate my brand and my concept. I like the LA-inspired artwork, even Japanese-inspired, but I want to keep it simple with Affected. So basically the labeled shirts for now, we have the Wayfarer glasses, which are really popular in pop culture. You see Kanye West and Rihanna. You see any celebrities wearing those glasses. And we kind of took advantage of the trend, and we established Affected with that just as a promotion product. But the T-shirts, we just got to keep it simple right now because a lot of organizations will sell the product for us. And if you make it too abstract, then a lot of people will, walk away from your brand.
How could someone actually go about purchasing a T-shirt? Because sometimes it seems a little complicated at times.
Actually, we sell over Facebook. Locally, we do because, I live in a small town. So a lot of people in the city usually get a hold of me and they say, okay, well, I want a shirt, but I don't know how to do it. They don't have visas to do PayPal, so I meet up with them personally. And if you get a hold of me on Facebook, if you are locally, Brady Thrasher, or we have groups and fan pages for the Affected campaign. But we basically try to direct all sales to the website, so www.affectedcampaign.com, and right there you can go through the shopping cart and you can purchase whatever you would like and give to any organization in the world.
Okay, I just want to back up a little and talk about you as a role model. You go to many high schools to promote the campaign and bring awareness to students about the seriousness of illnesses, especially with baby boomers who are growing older. So can you explain that a little further and what you do at high schools when you visit them?
Basically, when we go into a high school, I bring a team with me. I try to surround myself with young, outgoing people who are, I guess, who will collide together to work together with their dreams. So, we have artists from Detroit, Big Sean, who's signed by Kanye West. We have Richie Nix, who is the most requested artist in Detroit. Gavin Booth, who is a filmmaker. There's many artists that I'm affiliated with and celebrities, and we use that within the schools to, I guess, expose ourselves to different markets of kids who will accept us, because if they see their role models wearing our stuff or supporting us, then we'll be more accepted and we can set a trend with them. But basically the next generation is what we got to focus on, because really that's the future right there. So I think that since I am young and my youth can appeal to them, I can relate. If we have all these people with different stories coming in and talking in front of all these kids and to the entire student body, I think that it's really special, because you usually see someone going into school doing motivational speaking, or they might be 50 years old and they have no idea what kids are going through today. But my team focuses on many social issues that we all struggle with in the secondary school atmosphere and just life in general. So it's definitely a really powerful thing that I'm doing, and I'm surrounded by a lot of great people.
Now, Brady, let's actually take a look at one of the high schools you visited to promote Affected through motivational speaking. And I believe that you brought the up-and-coming artist Mass with you. And from what I am aware of, Mass is originally from Chicago and has worked with artists such as R. Kelly and Big Sean. I find that the great thing about Mass is that he actually made a freestyle rap song dedicated to Affected. So let's take a look at one of his performances at Amherst High.
The problem in the world is not the diseases. It's how human beings, we never believed it. Every year, tens of thousands die from cancer. AIDS looking for a cure, but where's the answer? Couple thousand kids a year, they getting molested. STDs burning right through protection. So after rapping all this, you'll still neglect it? Well, go ahead with yourself if you haven't been infected.
You're listening to the up-and-coming artist Mass on the patio edition of In Your Backyard. I'm your host, Stephanie Mazzotti. Now, Mass actually freestyled that song for Affected, which is fascinating. Now, Brady, I want to know, how successful has it been to bring artists such as Mass into high schools in order to promote Affected and to bring greater awareness to students on such issues?
I got a lot of great relationships with people in the industry, and you're gonna see more pictures and more video of celebrities wearing Affected as time goes. I keep getting tied in, and I'm doing more events with celebrities, so I might be bringing a couple big names down to Windsor. Lil Wayne, Soulja Boy, Drake, Jeremiah, people like that. But definitely focusing on people like that. A lot of them won't take the time to hear it, but if you're very persistent and if you do have connections, it does help. But that's what I take advantage of. I think I'm a charismatic individual, and I'll do anything to get out there and expose myself in a positive way. And now the network that I've built up, I can expose the artist to a whole different market of people in a very positive way and be an asset to recruiting for their fan base.
There are a lot of events that you put on. How can Londoners get a hold of tickets for these kinds of shows?
Basically, the best thing to do is to add me on Facebook, Brady Thrasher. That's where all the promotion goes down at, through the fan pages, through some of my affiliates, people who promote in Chicago. We have artists in Cleveland, but I would love to get a better network in London. I really don't have one. I have some friends who go to Western and you go here. I would really like to meet more people in the London area and possibly even get venues down here where I can throw events at.
Okay, I know that the artist Richie Nix has taken a big part in your campaign, so let's take a quick look at one of your favorite songs, Brady, The World. So here it is, The World by Richie Nix on the patio edition of In Your Backyard. That's The World by Richie Nix. Welcome back to the patio edition of In Your Backyard. I'm your host, Stephanie Mazzotti, and we are back with Brady Thrasher, the president of Affected, a clothing line geared towards raising funds and awareness for all registered charitable organizations around the world. So, Brady, out of all the events that you have done with musical artists such as Richie Nix, which one was the most memorable?
The most memorable event so far was, I think, when Sean, who's signed by Kanye, he came down for the Sunglasses release party, and we had Richie Nix open up, and they were both on the radio at that time, and it was just overwhelming because a lot of people heard about my campaign, but they didn't know what it was all about, and it was kind of like when I broke into the scene with events, so it was just great to have two entertainers with enormous fan bases locally, and we packed out a club for a great cause. But there's going to be many more events that I'm going to be proud of, but that was something that definitely sets my standards for what I want with capacity and support.
Okay, I know you take part somewhat in music videos to promote your campaign. Can you explain that a little?
Well, yeah, like I sponsor a lot of music videos, and even movies. I send shirts out to Hollywood or whatever to put in movies or whatever it is. I'm just trying to get the label seen. So, yeah, like there was a music video that we did for the Afters, and they're an MTV-bound group, and I think they have I think it's called Grey's Anatomy, the show. They have, like, their song is, I guess, on the show. I don't know if it's the theme song, but I know it's pretty horrible of me that I don't know. But I was in the music video because I danced or whatever, so that's the one that I actually took part in. Usually it's just my shirts that are standing out, not me.
Okay, so you're the team captain of Pat's Legs. Now, Pat is your father. Can you explain what Pat's Legs is and its role in the Affected campaign?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't start this campaign for no reason. From as long as I can remember, my father was battling MS while I was growing up, and he actually started the second largest walkathon in the country, which is the MS Super Cities Walk in Windsor. So I am one of the team captains with my siblings in Pat's Legs, the team that walks for my dad each year, and we're known across the nation for top fundraising, and I was a local top producer. And aside from that, I always try to get involved in fundraising just because I seen it was his passion and it became my passion. My father did pass away from cancer when I was 15. So when I was in high school, we had an annual cancer walk at the high school, and they usually brought in, like, it started out $16,000 and $24,000. My sister took over, and they started breaking into the 30s. So after my dad passed away, my sister did it. It was very successful, and she kind of handed the torch down to me when I was part of the student government and everything. So when we went in there, it was my senior year, and with 3 weeks of campaigning, we raised about $76,000, which has never been done before. So it was a huge accomplishment, and that goes down in the books for like one of the best days of my life, Like, Affected is great, but it's people buying the shirts are making the difference. I just created a tool that makes it easy to put your money where your heart is. But that campaign in the high school, seeing how, I guess, compassionate all the student body was together working, it was overwhelming, and I would love to be a part of something like that again.
What would you say to people who are hearing about this campaign for the very first time?
People are hearing about this for the first time. Basically, examine your life and look at your experiences, and can you relate to the concept? And I think everybody can. At least check out the website, www.affectedcampaign.com. We are breaking history, and I think that you should be a part of this movement. This is an individual movement that unites all people, and it's very powerful if you wear this shirt in society and you have the privilege of basically educating the curious general public on what Affected means and why you're wearing that shirt. We all stand out when we wear that, and we should never, ever judge one another for what we've been through and that we can't really control. I think that this whole thing with Affected is basically educating about character and why we are like we are and what we've been through, what makes us us, and we should really support one another. And this is the whole social movement that I created, so please check it out.
Okay, Brady, let's take another break and hear from another artist who has made an impact on Affected. Here's Desire, Want, and Need by Big Sean on the patio edition of In Your Backyard.
do is eat and think about success. Cause man, I done had enough stress. But I beat every obstacle they put up. Back against the wall like a stove, so I cook up. I always been the best at every single thing I took up, so I feel extra bad for the challenges they hooked up. D-Town, come and make a visit to the West Side if I need to be specific. If I'm ever up in court, best believe I plead the fifth in. Then headed to the club, bartender, bring a fifth in. These niggas bitches swear to God they Peter missing. I'm just chilling with my family, Mr. Peter Griffin. And my girl look better than yours, and I'm the only thing looking better than her. Yeah, I'm just trying to make $1 million off recording. The psychic read my fortune, said I'll be worth a fortune. This is what I live for, this is what I die for, this is what I stayed up every single night for. This is what I waited my whole life for. This is what I waited my whole life for.
Welcome back. You just heard a glimpse of desires, wants, and needs on the patio edition of In Your Backyard with your host, me, Stephanie Mazzotti. We're still here with Brady Thrasher talking about the Affected campaign. For those of you who missed out on the first half of the show, Affected is a clothing line geared towards raising funds and awareness for charitable organizations around the world. So Brady, how has technology helped you expand on your campaign?
Whew. Technology is something else. I would not have the relationships that I have. You know, I have a following network right now just online with either Twitter or MySpace or Facebook, whatever it is. But when artists see that, it's more appetizing to work with me because they know that I have followers and that I can do something for them. I'm not just someone asking for a favor, because they get asked a lot of favors each day. So my relationships with many people, even corporate, music industry, within the high schools, like, you know, I get a hold of prime ministers for high schools and I create relationships with them, whatever it is. Like, I'm just out there to build relationships, you know. So online communities are just such an asset to any business, I believe, right now. If you have a viral presence, I just think you become more successful and more tech savvy, more aware of what your competition is and what's going on around you.
So how was trying out for Dragon's Den? That must have been very interesting.
It was a great experience. Actually, Dragon's Den, if you guys don't know what Dragon's Den is, it's basically American Idol or Canadian Idol, but it's for businesses. So you try out. I had to go to Windsor and try out. I think there was about 50 people who tried out. 2 or 3 of us got in to Toronto. So I actually made it to Toronto in front of the Dragons, which was amazing, because when I was in college and high school, I was doing projects on these entrepreneurs that I look up to, and all of a sudden I'm walking down the stairs and the cameras are rolling and I'm pitching Affected to them. It was overwhelming. I still can't believe it, and I just shake my head every time I think about it. But unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to discuss anything that happened there, just because I'm on like confidentiality. I know it's horrible, but please stay tuned this season because it is going to be amazing. It airs in September. It starts airing. And also in September, we have a special on TVO. They came down to my old high school where I was speaking one day, and they did a whole documentary on Affected and myself for a show called Getting Involved. And it's just people in Canada that I guess are creating something to make a difference. And it was just, when they got a hold of me, I couldn't believe it when I received the email. I had no idea about the show. Well, I can't say that actually. I seen the show, but I had no idea about the recruitment process or anything. And when they got a hold of me, it's things like that when you're just overwhelmed and you just feel like you already did something amazing, like getting recognized and people actually hearing about something that you created. Like, I literally started my first run with this was in London, and a lot of people don't know that. I printed out shirts for a Terry Fox run at the university, and literally I gave them to a group of friends that were doing the run there. I did the run myself. I went home, and a lot of people were asking about it, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to mass produce this stuff, and I'm basically just going to take time out of my life and start a business out of it. Like, I wrote the business plan, but that was what kind of pushed it over the edge. People in London actually saying, yeah, like, I like the concept, and people at Western saying, well, what does the shirt mean? And my friends telling me that. It just kind of motivated me and fed fuel to my fire.
If your father was alive today, what would he say?
Wow, that's a good question. You know what, like, I know, I was 15 when my father passed away, and I'm trying to think of what that guy would actually say to me. I think about that almost every day. Like, if anybody out there is living without anybody that really means something to them, then, you know, like, obviously you want their opinion on many things, and, you know, the Dragon's Den and the success that Affected sees, or the attention that it gets, it's like you want someone there to tell you, like, okay, what's your direction next? And I just think that he would say, you know, stay humble and just keep working hard. Really, you know, I'm doing, I think, all I can do with building relationships and getting the product out there, and I think that he would admire what I've done so far. But, you know, everybody makes mistakes. I don't think that I ran business perfectly since I got it. Like, there's many things that I'm doing now that I never even considered before. It's a lot of people, even through online communities, that basically feed me questions and make me consider new options. But, you know, I know that he would do the same. He was a very observant man, and he would look out for my best interest. But I think that he'd be a huge asset to my team, and it's unfortunate that he's not here. But really, you know, he is here, and this is why I'm doing it. It's because of him.
It seems as though this campaign is extremely community-oriented as well. I know people in Windsor become involved through fashion shows that you put on and whatnot. So how do you feel about that?
That's overwhelming. You know, sometimes I see photo shoots with my stuff, and I don't even know the photo shoots are going on or if there's fashion shows. But when you see that, it's just overwhelming, the support. You know, people inviting me out to festivals to sell the product or promote it. High schools getting a hold of me, or local businesses who want to wear it as a promotional, I guess, Friday uniform or something. You know, it's things like that people can relate to the cause and the movement, so they step out of their daily life and get a hold of me, and they really want to do something about it to get involved. And I know your sister modeled for Affected, and like, obviously you and her modeled in Windsor. And you guys have been a part of some of the stuff that I've done, some of the events with the models and stuff like that. It's just, that network has been nothing but amazing to me, with supporting with my events and photo shoots, whatever it is. Like, Windsor has been very good to me. And I think Windsor's actually a really tough city to stand out in. But, you know, this is bigger than me and bigger than individuals. Like, this is something that we all do together, and everybody has a story. So I think people hear that, and they really take it upon themselves to stand out and to broadcast what they've been affected by.
You know, London is its own amazing community. Would you consider promoting over here at all?
I would love to get into London. Like, I considered coming out here and going through campuses, selling. I have to find the right people around here, like with networking. And, you know, in time, I think hopefully after even hearing this, like, I want to build relationships out here and hopefully get the campaign out here, maybe some events. Just build relationships. So I look forward to it, and this is a great opportunity, and I just want to thank you, like, so much for having me out here, and I'm blown away by this studio. I can't believe when I walked in, like, it's amazing here. It's amazing. I'm blown away.
Thank you. Well, we appreciate you coming here as well. I mean,
Anytime.
Something that everyone should hear about. Now, I know you can check out a few things on YouTube, right?
Yeah, you can type in Affected Campaign or my name, Brady Thrasher. You'll see many things come up. I usually go on stage with some of the performers that I work with, and, you know, I get, like, the bird's eye view of some of the events and behind the scenes backstage. But if you want to go on YouTube, definitely check that out. I have a channel on there, so just type in Affected Campaign on YouTube and definitely check out what we're doing. I usually upload videos, and I'll keep it exciting for you.
Do you have any last words?
Any last words? Just please at least consider checking out the website, www.affectedcampaign.com, and add me on Facebook, Brady Thrasher, and join my fan page, Affected Campaign.
That's all we have for this week's patio edition of In Your Backyard. I would like to give a great thanks to the president of Affected, Brady Thrasher. The City of London hopes to see more of you and your campaign in the future. I'm your host, Stephanie Mazzotti, relaxing on the patio and encouraging you to put your money